We ask that you refrain from eating and drinking during this spectacular Shakespearean performance. For the enjoyment of others around you, please turn off your cellular devices. Please do not use flash photography during the show. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
I agree with you.
I'm glad to hear it. If you shall chance, Camilla, to visit Bohemia, on the like occasion when my services are now on foot, you shall see, as I have said, great difference between our Bohemia and our Sicilia.
I think this coming summer, Cecilia intends to pay Bohemia the visitation he justly owes them.
Wherein our entertainment shall shame us, we will be justified in our loves, for indeed...
Beseech you!
Verily, I speak it in the freedom of my knowledge. We cannot for such magnificence, so I know not what to say. We will give you sleepy drinks that your senses unintelligent of our insufficiency may, though they cannot praise us as little abuse us.
You pay a great deal too dear for something given freely.
Believe me, I speak it as my understanding instructs me, as my honesty with its utterance.
Cecilia cannot show himself overkind to Bohemia. They were trained together in their childhoods, and there grew then betwixt them such an affection, which cannot choose but branch now. In their more mature dignities and royal necessities made separation of their societies, their encounters, though not personal, have been royally attorneyed through interchanging of gifts, letters, loving embassies, that they have seen together, though apart, shook hands as over a vast, and embraced as the ends of host winds. The heavens continue their works.
I think there is not in the world either malice or matter to alter it. You have an unspeakable comfort in our young Prince Mamilius. It is a gentleman of the greatest promise that ever came into my knowledge.
I very well agree with you in the hopes of him. It is a gallant child, one that indeed physics the subjects makes old hearts fresh. Though someone on crutches ere their life yet to seem a man.
Would they else be content to die?
Yes, if they have no other reason why they should desire to live.
If the king had no son, they would desire to go on crutches till he had one.
Nine changes of the watery star have been the shepherd's note since we have left our throne without burden. Time as long again would beef fine up, my brother. We thank thee. And yet, for perpetuity, we must go hence in debt. Therefore, like a cipher, yet standing in such a rich place, I multiply with one. We thank you, the many thousands more that go before it.
Stay your thanks while, and pay them when you part.
Sir, that's tomorrow. Besides, I fear what may chance abreed upon our absence. That no sneaping winds may blow for one to say, this is put forth too truly. Besides, I've stayed to tire your royalty.
We are tougher, brother, than you can put us to.
No longer stay.
1 7-night longer.
Very soon. Tomorrow.
Well, we'll part the time between then and the night on no gains.
Oh, press me not, beseech you so. There is no tongue that moves, none in the world so soon as yours could win me. So it should now, for the necessity in your request, although were needful that I deny it. For my affairs do drag me homeward, which to hinder your love would be a whip to me. My stay to you, both a charge and trouble, to save us both. Farewell, best brother.
Tongue-tied, our queen, speak you.
I have thought, sir, to have held my peace until you have drawn oaths from him not to stay. You, sir, charge him too coldly. Tell him you are sure all in Bohemia as well. This satisfaction the bygone day proclaimed. Say this to him. He's beat from his best ward.
Well said, Marie.
To tell, he longs to see his son were strong. But let him say so then, and let him go. But let him swear so, and he shall not stay. We'll thwack him hence with distaffs. of your royal presence, I'll adventure the borrow of a week. When at Bohemia you take my lord, I'll give him my commission to let him bear a month behind the jest prefixed for his parting. Yet, good thee, Leontes, I love thee not a jar the clock behind, but lady she her lord. You'll stay?
No, madam,
Nay, but you will.
I may not. Verily.
Verily. You do put me off with limber vows, but I, though you would seek to unsphere the stars with your oaths, should yet say, sir, no going. Verily, you shall not go. A lady's verily is as potent as a lord's. Will you go yet? Force me to keep you as a prisoner, not like a guest, so you shall pay your fees when you depart, and save your thanks. How say you, my prisoner, or my guest? By your dread verily, one of them you shall be.
Your guest, then, madam. To be your prisoner should import offending, which is less easy for me to commit than it is for you to punish.
Not your jailer, then, but your kind hostess. Come, I'll question you of my lord's tricks and yours when you were boys. You were pretty lordings, then?
We were, fair queen. Two lads who thought there was no more behind such a day tomorrow as today, and to be boy eternal.
Was my lord not the verier wag of the two?
We were as lambs that did frisk in the sun and bleat the one at the other. What we changed was innocence for innocence. We knew not the doctrine of ill-doing, nor dreamed any of it. Had we pursued that life, our weird spirits would have never been reared higher with stronger blood. We should have answered the heavens boldly, not guilty, in position clear, hereditary, ours.
By this we gather you have tripped since.
Oh, my most sacred lady! And since those unpledged days have temptations since been born to us, for was my wife just a girl, and you had not yet caught the eyes of my young playfellow.
Grace to boot. Of this make no conclusion, lest you say your queen and I are devils. Yet, go on. The offenses we have made you do will answer. If you first sinned with us, and that with us you do continue fault, and that you slipped, not with any, but with us.
Is he one yet?
Oh, he'll stay, my lord.
I request you would not. Hermione, my dearest, thou never spokest to better purpose.
Never?
Never but once.
What? When was it before? I pray thee tell me. Cram us with praise and make us fat as tame things. One good deed, thine tongueless slaughters 1,000 waiting upon that. Will you give it to me? I won't.
Why, that was when 3 crowd months had soured themselves to death, ere I could make thee open thy fair hand and clap thyself. Then didst thou utter, I'm yours forever.
'Tis grace indeed. Why, lo you now, I have spoke to the purpose twice. The one forever earned me a royal husband, the other for some while a friend.
Too hot, too hot. To mingle friendship far as mingling bloods. I've tremor chords on me. My heart dances, but not for joy, not joy. This entertainment may a free faith put on. Derive liberty from hardiness, from bounty, fertile bosom. It may. But to be the paddling palms and pinching of fingers, as now they are, making practice smiles as in a looking glass. Oh, this entertainment my bosom likes not, nor my breasts. Mamilius, art thou my boy?
Aye, my good lord.
I vex, why that's my bawcock. What is smudged thy nose? They say it is a copy out of mine. Come, captain. We must be neat, not neat, but cleanly kept. And yet the steer, the heifer, and the calf are still virginally upon his palm. Yet, how now you want it, calf? Art thou my calf?
Yes, if you will, my lord.
Thou wantest the rough pass and the shoots that I have to be full like me. Yet they say we are almost as like eggs. Women say so, that they will say anything where they falls as wind waters. No dice to be born twixt his and mine. Yet were it true to say this word like me? Come, Sir Page, look on me with your wink, sweet villain. Most dearest, that how can I be? Affection, thy intention, stab the center, makes possible things not so well. Communicate us with dreams, with what's unreal, coactive art, fails nothing. Then 'tis very creed thou mayst co-join with him.
How now? What means Cecilia?
Something seems unsettled.
Oh dear, what troubles you, best brother?
You look as if you held a brow of much distraction. Are you moved, my lord?
No, in good earnest, how sometimes nature will betray its folly, its tenderness, and make itself a pastime part of bosom. Looking on the lines of my boy's face, methought I did recoil 23 years, and saw myself unbreeched in my green velvet coat, my dagger muzzled, lest it should bite its master, and so prove his ornaments off, too dangerous. How like methought I then stood this colonel, this squash, this fine gentleman. Mine honest friend, will you take eggs for money?
No, my lord, a plate.
You will? Why happy man's be dull? My brother, are you so fond of your young prince as we do seem to be of ours?
If at home, sir, he's my exercise, my mirth, my matter, my sworn friend, and then thine enemy, my parasite, my soldier, statesman all. He makes a July's day as short as December, and with his varying childness cures in that which would thick my blood.
So stands this squire office with thee. We too will walk and lead you to your graver steps. Hermione, how thou lovest us, let what is dear and Sicily be chief. And show in our brother's welcome.
If you would seek us, we are yours in the garden. Shall us attend you there?
To your own beds disposed you'll be found. Be you beneath the sky. I'm angling now. Though you perceive me not how I give line. Go to, go to. How she holds up the nib, the bill to him, unarms her with the allowance of wife to her husband. Gone already. Inch thick, knee deep, overhead and ears of corn. Go play, boy, play. Thy mother plays, and I play too, but so disgraced apart that it will hiss me to my grave. Contempt and clamor will be my net. Go play, boy, play. There have been, or I must deceive, cuckolds there now, and many a man there is that holds his wife by the arm. It's little known, his pawn has been fished by his next neighbor, by Sir Smile, his neighbor. She's been sluiced in his absence. Nay, it's a body plant. How now, boy?
I am like you, they say.
Why, that's some comfort. What Camilla there?
I'm my good lord.
Go play, Mamilius. Thou art an honest man. Camilla, this great sir will yet stay long.
You had much ado to make his ankle hold. You cast out and it still came home.
Didst note it.
He would not stay at your petition, made his business more material.
Didst perceive it. Were you with me already? Whispering around me, silly as so forth. 'Tis far gone how it shall gust at last. How came thou, Camilla? Did he stay?
At the good queen's entreaty.
The good queen's beads. Good, so it is, should be pardoned, but it is not. Was this taken by any understanding paid with thine? For thy conceit is soaking, will draw in more than common blocks. Not noted of this business, perchance said.
Business, my lord. I think most understand Bohemia stays here longer.
Ah!
Stays here longer.
Aye, but why?
To satisfy your royal highness and the entreaties of a most gracious mistress.
Satisfied? The entreaties of your mistress satisfied? Let that suffice. I have trusted thee, Camilla, with all the nearest things to my heart, wherein chamber counsel priests like thou hast cleansed my bosom. But we have been deceived in thy integrity, deceived in that which seems so.
Be it forbid, my lord.
Abide upon it, thou art not honest. If thou inclines that way, thou art a coward, which hopes his honesty behind, horsing foot on foot.
My lord, I may be negligent, foolish, and fearful. In all of these, no one is free. But that in their negligence, their folly, their fear, and the infinite doings of the world sometimes puts forth. If ever willful negligent, it was my fault, not weighing well in the end. If ever fearful to do a thing where I the issue doubted, it was my fear not holding well. If ever the execution did cry out against the non-performance, 'twas a fear which often infects the wisest. These, my lord, are such allowed infirmities that honesty is never free of. But beseech your grace, be plainer with me. Let me know my trespasses as its own visage. If I then deny it, 'tis none of mine.
Had not you seen, Camilla? You have, or your eye is thicker than a cuckold torn, or heard. For cogitation resides not in man that does not think. My wife is slippery. If thou wilt confess, both be so impudently negative to have nor eyes, nor ears, nor thought, then say my wife's a hobby horse, deserves a name as rank as any flax once that puts two before her trough plight. Say it and justify it.
I will not be a stander by to hear my sovereign mistress clouded so with all my present vengeance taken. Shrew my heart, you never did tell me what became less of you, which to reiterate were sin as deep as that, though true.
How dare you? Dropped me with caution.
No, my lord, I must believe you, I do, and I will fetch off Bohemia for it, provided that, once he is gone, you will take up your queen again at first as yours. Even for your son's sake, and by doing this, sealing all injuries in court and tongue, and kingdoms known and allied to yours.
They'll justify me. Even so, I'll give no blemish to your honor, none.
Go, my lord, and with a countenance as clear as friendship, or is it a feast? Stay with Bohemia and with your queen. From me, you have wholesome drink. Count me not your servant.
This is all. Do it, thou hast the one half of my heart. Do it not, thou splittest thine own.
I'll do it, my lord.
I will seem friendly, as thou hast advised me.
Oh, miserable lady! But for me, what case stand I in? I must be the poisoner of good Polixenes, and my ground to do it is the obedience to my master. One who in rebellion with himself will have all his so too. To do this deed, promotion follows. If I could find examples of thousands that had struck anointed kings and flourished after, I'll not do it. But since nor brass, nor stone, nor parchment bears not one, let villainy itself swear it. To do it or not is to me a breakneck. Happy star right now! Here comes Bohemia.
This is strange, methinks. This seems my favor here begins to war. Not speak. Good day, Camilla.
Hail, most royal sir.
What is the news in the courts?
None rare, my lord.
The king hath on him a strange countenance, as if he had lost a province and a region loved as he loves himself. Even so, I greet him with customary compliment when he, wafting his eyes to the contrary, falling a lip of much contempt, so speeds from me and leaves me to consider what is breeding that thus changes his manners so.
I dare not know, my lord.
How? Dare not. Do not. Do you know and dare not? Be intelligent with me, 'tis whereabouts. For to yourself, what you do know, you must, and cannot say, you dare not. Good Camilla, your complexions are to me a mirror which show my own are altered too, for surely I must be a party in this alteration, and thus altered with it.
There's a sickness, which puts some of us at distemper, but I cannot name the disease, and it's cut of you that yet are well.
How? Caught of me? Make me not sighted like a basilisk, for I have stared upon thousands who have sped the better by my regard, but killed them so. Camilla, as thou certainly art a lady there to collect like experience, which no less adorns the gentry of a parent's noble names, and whose success we are gentle, I beseech you, if thou art know what knowledge that be informed of behooves me, imprison it not in ignorant concealment.
I may not answer.
A sickness caught a man, yet I will. I must be answered. Dost thou hear me, Camilla? I conjure thee, by all parts of you which honor does acknowledge, whereof is not the least this suit of mine, that thou declare what thou doth guess of harm of incidency creeps towards me, how far off, how near, which way may it be prevented, and if not, how best to bear it.
I will tell you, since I am charged in honor, and by that whom I think honorable, you must trust my word, and swiftly follow it as I mean to utter it, or both yourself and me cry lost and so good night.
On, good Camilla.
I am appointed by him to murder you.
By whom?
By the king.
For what?
He thinks, nay, with all certainty, he swears as he had seen it or been an instrument to advise you to it, that you have touched his queen forbiddenly.
Touched his queen. Oh, then my best blood turn into an infected jelly, and my name be yoked by his that did betray the best. Turn my freshest reputation into a dull savor that might strike the nostrils of wherever I arrive. My approach be shunned, nay, hated too, worse than the greatest infection ever heard or read.
Take his thought into account. By all the stars in the sky, and by all their influences, you may as well forbid the sea for to obey the moon, or remove or shake his very folly, which his foundation is piled upon his faith, and will continue the standing of his body.
How should this grow?
I know not, but I think 'tis safer to avoid what's grown than question how 'tis born. If you believe that I have truth, honored with truth, which lies enclosed in a trunk, which you shall bear in pod to, away tonight, I will whisper my business to 2s and 3s of your followers, and clear them of posterns. And with my services, I will put to your services, and my fortunes are hereby lost. And if you dare stay by and try to prove it, I will not stand by, nor shall you be safer than someone condemned by the king's own mouth, thereon his execution sworn.
I do believe thee. I saw his heart in his face. Give me thy hand. Ye pilot me in thy places shall still they remind. For my ships are ready, and my people did expect my hence departure 2 days hence. This sickness, this jealousy, as it is rare, must it be great, and as his person's mighty, must it be violent. And as he does conceive, he is dishonored by the man which ever professed to it. Fear overshades me. Good expedition be my friend, and comfort for the gracious queen, but in part of his theme, but nothing of his ill-taken suspicion. Camilla, if thou wilt bear us my life off hence, I will respect thee as a sister. We must avoid.
Sir, it is in mine authority to command all the keys to the postern. Please, your highness, take the urgent hour. Come, sir, away.
Take the boy to you. He so troubles me, 'tis past enduring.
Come, my goodness. Shall I be a playfellow? No, none of you. Why not? You'll kiss me hard and speak to me if I were a baby still. I love you better. And why so, my lord? Not for because your brows are blacker, yet black brows, they say, do become some women best. So that it'd be in a semicircle or a half moon, made with a pen. Oh, who taught you? I learned it out of women's faces. Pray now, what color are your eyebrows? Blue, my lord. Aye, that's who not. I've seen a lady's nose that has been blue, but not her eyebrows. Hark ye, clean your mother round the pace. We shall present our services to a fine new person of this case. Then you can walk in the house. If you be happy. She's spread a flake from a goodly bulk. Good time to count her.
What wisdom stirs amongst you? Come, sir, now I am for you again. Pray you, come sit with me and tell me a tale.
A merrier sad shall it be.
As merry as you will.
A sad tale is best for winter. I have run sprites and goblins.
Let's have that then, good sir. Come on and sit with me. Come on and do your best to fright me with your sprites. You're
There
powerful
was-
at them. Huh?
There was a man.
Yea, come sit, then on.
Dwelt by a churchyard. I will tell it softly. Young crickets shall not live.
Come on then and give it me in mine ear.
Was he met there? His train, Camilla with him?
Run, twas plenty saw them. Their side men scours on the way. Aye, then you to the ships.
How blessed am I? Am I just sent you? Am I true opinion? Alack for lesser knowledge. How accursed am being so blessed. Camilla was his helping, his pander. There's a plot against my life, my crown. All's true that is mistrusted. That false villain whom I employed was pre-employed by him. Came to post so easily open.
By his great authority, which also hath lost to fail that's on your command.
No, it's you, Lord. Give me the boy. I'm glad you did not nurse him. Though he still bears some signs of me, yet you have too much blood in him.
What is this? Sport?
But bear the boy hence. He shall not come about her. Away with him. Let her sport herself with that she is big with, for 'tis Polixenes has made thee swell thus.
But I'd say he had not, and I'll be sworn you would believe my saying, however you may lean to the nay word.
You, my lords, look on her, mark her well, but be about to say she's a goodly lady. She's an adulteress.
Should a villain say so? The most replenished villain in the world, he were as much more villain. You, my lord, do but mistake.
You have mistook, my lady. Polixenes for Leontes. Although saying, I've said she's an adulteress. I've said with him, more she's a traitor, and Camilla's a federate with her, and one that knows what she should shame but to know herself. She's a bed swerver, even as bad as those that Folgers give bullest titles. I am privy to their late escape.
No, by my life, privy to none of this. How will this grieve you when you shall come to clearer knowledge that you thus have published me? Gentle, my lord, you can scarce write me throughly than to say you do mistake.
No. If I mistook on those foundations which I built upon, the center's not big enough to bear a schoolboy's top. Away with her, to prison. For he that speaks for her is afar off guilty, but that he speaks.
There's some ill planet reigns. I must be patient till the heavens look with an aspect more favorable. Good, my lords, I am not prone to weeping, as our sex commonly are. The want of which vain do perchance shall dry your pities. But I have that honorable grief lodged here that burns worse than tears drown. Beseech you all, my lords, with thoughts so qualified as your charities shall best instruct you, measure me. Measure me. And so the king's will be performed.
Shall I be heard?
Who is it that goes with me? Beseech your highness, my women may be with me, for you conceive my plight requires it. Do not weep, good fools, there is no cause. When you shall know your mistress has deserved prison, then abound in tears as I come out. This action I go on now is for my better grace. Adieu, my lord. I never wished to see you sorry. Now, I trust I shall. Come, you have me.
Go, do our bidding, hence.
Beseech your highness, hold me back.
Be certain what you do, sir, lest your justice prove violence, in which 3 great ones suffer, yourself, your queen, your son.
For her, my lord, I daily that I found will you would serve. I'm pleased to see that the queen is spotless in the eyes of heaven and to you. I mean what you do, sir.
If it proves she's otherwise, I'll keep my stables where I lodge my wife. I'll go in couples with her. Then when I feel and see her, no further trust her. For every inch of woman in the world, every dram of woman's flesh is false if she be.
Hold your pieces.
It is for you we speak, not for ourselves. You were abused, and by some putter on that will be damned for it. But I knew the villain I would lay and damn him. Be she on her flawed, I have 3 daughters. The eldest is 11, the second and the third 9, and some 5. If this prove true, they'll pay for it by mine honor. I'll geld them all. 14 they shall not see, to bring false generations. They are co-heirs, and I'd rather live myself than they should not produce fair issue.
Cease, no more. You smell this business with a sense as cold as a dead man's nose. But I do see it and feel it, as you feel doing thus, and see with all the instruments that feel.
If it be so, we need no grave to bury honesty. There's not a grave of it to face to sweeten the whole dun earth.
What? Lack I credit?
I'd rather lack an eye, my lord. Upon this very morning, contending to see your honor treat with your suspicion, you blame for fake night.
Liars.
I wish, my liege, you had only your judgment tried it more.
Could that be? Either thou art most ignorant by age, thou wert born a fool. This flight added to their familiarity, which was as gross as ever touched conjecture, lacked sight only. Could this be? You summon a session, that we may reign our most disloyal leader. Come, follow us.
The laughter as I take it, the good truth were known with this.
Keeper of the prisons, call to him, let him have knowledge who I am. Good lady, no court in Europe is too good for thee. What dost thou then in prison? Now, good sir, you know me, do you not?
For a worthy lady, and one to whom much I do honor.
Pray you then conduct me to the queen.
I may not, madam. To the contrary, I have express commandment.
Here's a due to lock of honesty and honor from the access of gentle visitors. Is it lawful, pray you, to see her women? Any of them? Amelia?
So please you, madam, to put apart these your attendants, I shall bring Amelia forth.
Pray now call her. Withdraw yourselves.
Oh, and madam, I must be present at your conference.
Well, be it so, prithee. Here's a due to make no stain as passes coloring. Dear gentlewoman, how fares our gracious lady?
As one so great and for women, they hold together are in France and Greece, which never tender lady hath words revealed. She was something before its time delivered.
A boy?
A daughter, and a goodly babe, lusty and like to live. The queen takes much comfort in it, says, my poor prisoner, I
and best. I'll take it upon me if I prove honey mouth, let my tongue blister, never to my red look of anger be the trumpet any more. Pray you, Amelia, commend my best obedience to the queen. If she dare trust me with her little babe, I'll show it the king and undertake to be her advocate for the louds. I do not know how he may soften at the sight of the child, but often the silence of pure innocence persuades when speaking fails.
You most worthy madam, your honor and your goodness is so evident that your fear and your thinking cannot be right of issue. There is no lady looking to please your ladyship. To visit the next room, I'll presently acquaint the queen of your most noble offer, who but today hammered with design, but dares not tempt her to your honor, lest she should fear.
Tell her, Amelia, I'll use that tongue I have, wit flow from it, like coldness from my bosom, let it not be doubted. I shall do good.
Let me bless her. I'll to the queen. Please come near.
Madam, if it please the queen to send the babe, I know not what I shall incur to pass it, having no warrant.
You need not fear it, sir, for this child was a prisoner to the wound, and is by law, in process of great nature, thence freed and enfranchised, not a party to the king's anger, nor guilty of, if any be, the trespass of the queen.
I do believe it.
You need not fear it, sir. On my honor, I will stand betwixt you and danger.
No day, no rest. It's but weakness to bear back with us. Mere weakness. Who's there?
My lord,
How does the boy?
he took a breath tonight. His health and sickness are discharged.
See his nobleness. Conceiving the dishonor of his mother, he straight drew, declined, took it deeply, fastened and fixed his shame on it. Go, leave me solely. See how he fares. Fine, daughter. For present vengeance taken on her. Camilla and Polixenes laugh at me, make their pastime at my sorrow. They would not laugh if I could reach them, nor shall she within my power.
You must not enter.
Nay, rather could my lord be second to me. Fear you his tyrannous passion more alas than the queen's life? A gracious, innocent soul more free than he is jealous.
That's enough.
Madam, he is not sought tonight, and I would not kidnap him.
Not so hot, good sir. I come to bring him sleep. 'Tis such as you that creep like shadows and do sigh each of needless heavings. To nourish him, the cause of his awakening, I do come with words of medicinal as true, honest as either, to purge him of that humor that presses him from sleep.
What noise there? Oh,
No noise, my lord, but needful conference with your highness and some gossips.
how? Away with that audacious lady. Antigonus, I charged that she should not come about me. I knew she would.
I told her so, my lord. On your displeasure's peril and on mine, she should not visit you.
What, canst not rule her?
In all dishonesty he can, unless he has taken the course that you have done. Commit me for committing honor, trust it. He shall not rule me.
Lay you now, you hear. When she will take the rein, I let her run, but she'll not stumble.
Good my liege, I come, I beseech you, hear me, who profess your loyal servant, your physician, your most obedient counsel, which dare less appear so in comforting your evils. For such as most yours, I come from your good queen.
Good queen?
Good queen, my lord, good queen. I say good queen, and would by combat make her good, so were I a man, the worst about you.
Force her hence.
Let him that makes what trifles on in his eyes first hand me on my own accord all off. But first I'll do my errand. The good queen, for she is good, hath brought you forth a daughter. Here 'tis commends it to your blessing.
Out! Mankind witch! Hence with her! Out the door, most intelligencing bawd!
Not so. I am as ignorant in that as you, and so entirely me, which is no less honest than you are mad, which is enough, I'll warrant, as this world goes, to pass for honest.
Traitors, will you not push her out? Give her the bastard, thou dotard, thou art woman tired, unroosted by thy dame harlot here. Take up the bastard, I say, take it up, and give it to thy crone.
If thou takest up the princess by that forced basis which he has put upon it.
He dreads his
So I wish you did, that twere past all doubt you call your children yours.
nest of traitors.
I am none by this good life.
Nor I, nor any, but one that's here, and that's himself. He who is sacred to himself, his queens, his hopeful sons, his babes, would trace the slander, whose sting is sharper than the swords, and will not, for as the case now stands, it is a curse. He will not be compelled to at once remove the root of his opinion, which is rotten as ever ochre stone was sound.
Coward, boundless tongue. Later beat her husband, and now baits me. This brat is none of mine. It is the issue of Polixenes. Hence with it, together damned committed to fire.
It is yours, and might we lay the old proverb to your charge, so like you 'tis the worst. Behold, my lords, although the print be little, the whole copy of the father, I, know his lip, the trick of his brow, nay, the valley, the pretty dimples of his chin and cheek, his smiles, the very mold of his hand, nail, and finger, and thou good goddess nature which hast made it.
Gross hag, those thou art worthy be hanged and will not stay her tongue.
I pray you, do not push me. I'll be gone. Look to your babe, my lord. 'Tis yours. Jove, send her a better guiding spirit, what needs these hands? You that are thus so tender over his foliage will never do him good, not one of you. So farewell, we are gone.
A traitor? Has set thy wife to this? My child? Away with it! Even thou that hast heart so tender it. Take it hence and see it instantly consumed with fire. Even thou, but none but thou. Go take it to the fire, for thou settest on thy wife.
I did not, sir. These lords, my noble fellows, they pleased and clear me.
You cannot, Rose. He is not guilty of her coming hither.
You're liars all.
Beseech your highness, give us better credit. We have always truly served you, beseech you so esteemless and honor needs we beg, as recompense for our services past and come, that you do choose his purpose, which being so horrible, so bloody, and the sentence was about issue, we all kneel.
Feather for each wind that blows. Shall I live on to see this illegitimate child kneel and call me father? Better burn it now and curse it then. But be it, let it live. It shall not neither. You, sir, come you hither. What will you adventure to save this brat's life?
Anything, my lord, that my ability may undergo and nobleness impose. At least thus much. I'll pawn the little blood which I have left to save the innocent. Anything possible.
Shall be possible. Swear by this sword thou wilt perform my bidding.
I will, my lord.
Mark and perform, and seest thou, for the fail in any point in it shall not only be death to thyself, but to thy lewd-tongued wife, whom for this time we pardon. We enjoin thee as thou art liege man to us. Thou commend it to some strange place, where chance may nurse or end it.
I swear to do this, though present death had been more merciful. Come on, poor babe. Some powerful spirit struck the kites and ravens to be thy nurses. Wolves and bears, they say, casting their savageness aside, have done like offices of pity. Sir, be prosperous in more than this deepest require, and blessing against this cruelty, fight on thy side. Forfeit, condemned to loss.
No. No. I'll not rear another's issue.
Please, your highness, post from those sent to the oracle have come now returned. The armies of Leon gave all around the Delbo from what brand and escaped with horse.
Please, sir, there is a speed up and beyond count.
23 days they have been absent. 'Tis good speed foretells that the great Apollo will suddenly have the truth of this appear. Prepare you all, summon a session, that we may arraign our most disloyal lady. For, as she hath been publicly accused, so shall she have a just and open trial. While she lives, my heart will be a burden to me. Leave me and think upon my doom.
The climate's delicate, the air most sweet, fertile the isle.
this sessions, to our great grief we pronounce. Proceed in justice, guilt, purgation. Produce the prisoner.
It is His Highness's pleasure that the Queen appear in person here in court. Silence.
You be there.
Hermione, Queen to the worthy Leontes, King of Siciliae. You are here accused and arraigned of high treason in committing adultery with Polixenes, King of Bohemia, and conspiring with Camilla to take away the life of our sovereign lord the king, thy royal husband. The pretense of which being, by circumstances partly laid open, you, Hermione, contrary to the faith and allegiance of a true subject, didst counsel and aid them, for their better safety, to fly away by night.
Since what I am to say must be but that which contradicts my accusation, it shall scarce boot me to say not guilty. Mine integrity, being counted falsehood, shall be so received. But thus, if powers divine behold our human actions as they do, I doubt not then, but innocence shall make false accusation blush, and tyranny tremble at patience. You, my lord, best know my past life hath been as continent, as chaste, as true as I am now unhappy, which is more than history can pattern, though played and devised to take spectators. For behold me, a fellow of the royal bed, the mother to a hopeful prince, here standing to prate and talk for life and honor before all who please to come and hear. For life, I prize it as I weigh grief, which I would spare. For honor, to the derivative from me to mine, and only that I stand for. I appeal to your own conscience, sir. Before Polixenes came to your court, how I was in your grace, how merited to be so. Since he came, with what encounter I have strained to appear thus. If one jot beyond the bound of honor or an act or will that way inclining, then hardened be the hearts of all that hear me.
Never heard yet that any of these bold advices had less impudence than to gainsay what they did at first.
That's true enough, though 'tis a saying, sir, not due to me.
You will not own it.
More than mistress of which comes to me in name of fault, I must not at all acknowledge. For Polixenes, with whom I am accused, I do confess I loved him as in honor he required, with such a kind of love as might become a lady like me, with a love even such, so and no other, as yourself commanded, which not to have done, I think had been in me both disobedience and ingratitude to you and toward your friend, whose love had spoke, even since it could speak from an infant, freely, that it was yours. Now, for conspiracy, I know not how it tastes, though it be dished for me to try now. All I know of it is that Camilla was an honest woman, and why she left your court, the gods, wotting no more than I, are ignorant.
You knew of her departure, as you know of what you have undertaken in her absence.
Sir, you speak in a language that I understand not. Your life stands in the level of my dreams, which I lay down.
Your actions are my dreams. You had a bastard by Polixenes, and I but dreamed it. Thy brat hath been cast out, no father owning it, which is more criminal in thee than in it. So shall thou feel our justice. Look for no less than death.
Sir, spare your threats. The bug which you would fright me with, I seek. To me, can life be no commodity? The crown and comfort of my life, your favor, I do give lost. For I do feel it gone, but know not how it went. My second joy, and first fruits of my body, from his presence I am barred, like one infectious. My third comfort, starved most unluckily, is from my breast. Innocent milk in its most innocent mouth, hailed out to murder, myself on every post proclaimed a strumpet. With immodest hatred, the childbed privilege denied, which belongs to women of all fashion. Lastly, brought here in the open air, before I have got strength of limit. Now, my liege, tell me what blessings I have here alive that I should fear to die. Therefore proceed. But yet hear this. No life, I prize it not a straw, but for mine honor, which I would spare if I were being condemned upon surmises, all proof sleeping, else but what your jealousies awake. I tell you 'tis rigor, not law. Your honors all, I do refer me to the oracle. Apollo, be my judge.
This your request is altogether just, and therefore in Apollo's name is oracle.
You here shall swear upon the sword of justice that you, Cleomenes and Dion, have been both at Delphos, and from thence have brought the sealed up oracle by the hand delivered of great Apollo's priest, and that, since then, you have not broken the holy seal nor read the secrets in it.
All this we swear.
Break up the seals and read.
Hermione is chaste, Polixenes blameless, Camilla a true subject, Leontes a jealous tyrant. His innocent babe truly begotten, and the king shall live without an heir, if that which is lost be not found.
Blessed be the great Apollo.
Praised.
Hast thou read truth?
Aye, my lord, even as it is so set down.
There is no truth at all in the oracle. The session shall proceed. This is mere falsehood.
My lord, the king, the king!
What is the business?
Watch the king reported. The prince, your son, with mere conceit here of the king's deed, is gone.
How? Gone.
Dead.
Apollo's angry, and the heavens themselves do strike at my injustice. How now there?
This news is mortal to the queen. Look down and see what death is doing.
Take her. She is put over charge. She will recover. I have too much believed mine own suspicion. But beseech you, tenderly apply to her some remedies for life. Apollo, pardon my great profanity against thine oracle. I'll reconcile me to Polixenes. Woo my queen. Call the good Camilla, who I proclaim honest woman. How she glisters through my rust, and how her pity does my deeds make me the blacker.
Oh, west the while, cut my lace, lest my heart cracking it break too.
Good sis, good lady.
Who studied torments tyrant, pass for me. What honor newer tortures must I receive? Thy tyranny works with thy jealousy, though think what they have done and run mad indeed. Stark mad that thou betrayest Polixenes, prove nothing of thee but a fool, inconstant and damnable and ungrateful. Nor was it much that thou poisoned good Camilla's honor to have her kill a king. Poor trespass is more monstrous standing by. The casting of crows thy baby daughter, for a devil would have shed water out of fire ere done it. Nor is it directly laid to thee the death of the young prince, whose honorable thoughts conceived a gross and foolish sire. Oh, when I have said, cried woe the queen, the sweetest, dearest creature's dead, and vengeance for it not dropped down yet.
Higher powers forbid.
I say she's dead, I'll swear it. If word no oath prevail, and go and see. If you can bring tincture or lustry from her lip, her eye, hid within or breath outwardly, I'd serve you as I would do the gods. But oh, thou tyrant, do not repent these things, for they are heavier than all thy woes can stir. 1,000 knees, 10,000 years together, naked fasting upon a barren mountain, and still storm perpetual, could not make the gods move that way thou wert.
Go on. Go on. Thou canst not speak too much. I have deserved all the tongues to talk their bitterest.
Say no more. However the business goes, you have many faults in the boldness of your speech.
I am sorry for it, all faults I make, now that I should come to know them, I do repent. Alas, forgive me, foolish woman, for I have minded you of what you should forget. The love I pour your queen, lo, fool again, I'll speak of her no more, nor of your children. I'll not remember them of my own lord, who was lost too. Take up your patience, I'll say nothing.
thou didst speak but well and most true. Pray thee, bring me to the bodies of my queen and son. One grave shall be for both. Upon them shall the causes of their death appear, to our shame perpetual. Once a day I'll visit the chapel where they lie, and tears shed there shall be my recreation. So long nature will bear up this exercise, so long I daily vow to use it. Come and lead me unto these songs.
Thou art perfect then? Our ship hath touched upon the deserts of Bohemia?
Aye, my lord, and fear. Fear London is ill tied, the skies of risen and bright upon us. And dark pleasant blusters, and my conscience, because that we only favor angry and frown upon us.
Their sacred wills be done. Go, get aboard, lift to thy work. I'll not be long before I call upon thee.
Make your best haste, and go not. Too far as a man, your life to be allowed. Besides, this place is not for the digital prey that leaps upon it.
Go thou way. I'll follow instantly.
I am glad at heart to be so rid of this business.
Come, poor babe. I have heard, but not believed the spirits of the dead may walk again. If such thing be, thy mother appeared to me last night, for never was a dream so like a waking. To me comes a creature, sometimes her head on one side, some another. I never saw a vessel of life's sorrow, so filled and so becoming. In pure white robes, like very sanctity, she did approach my cabin a right away. Thrice bowed before me, gasping to begin some speech, her eyes became two spouts. The fury spent, a nod did this break from her. Good indigenous, since fate against thy better disposition hath made thy person for the floor of my poor babe, according to thine oath, places remote enough for immersion, there weep and leave it crying. And for the babe's counted lost forever, Perdita, I've heard you call it. For this ungentle business put on thee by my lord, thou never shalt see thy wife Paulina more. And so with shrieks she melted into air. Affrighted much, I did in time collect myself, and thought this was so and not slumber. Dreams are toys, yet for this once, yes, superstitiously, I will be swerved by this. I do believe Hermione had suffered death, and that Apollo would, this being indeed the issue of King Polixenes, if she here be laid, either for life or death, upon the earth of its right father. Blossom, speed thee well. There lie, and there thy character, there these, which may, if fortune please, both breed thee pretty and still rest thine. The storm began. Poor wretch, that for thy mother's fault art thus exposed to loss and what may follow. Weep I cannot, but my heart bleeds, and most accursed am I to be by oath enjoined to this. Farewell, the day frowns more and more. Thou art like to have a lullaby too rough. I never saw the heavens so dim by day. A savage clamor? Well, may I get aboard. Look to thy bark. I'm gone forever. Ah! Ah! Ah!
I would there were no age between 16 and 23, or the youth would sleep at the rest. For there's nothing in the between but getting wenches and child, wronging the ancientry, stealing, fighting. Hark you now, what but these boiled brains of 19 and 22 would hunt this weather? They have scared off 2 of my best sheep, which I fear the wolf will sooner find than the master. If anywhere I have them, 'tis by the seaside, browsing of ivy. Good luck, and be thy will. What have we here? Mercy on us, so barren, a very pretty bairn. A boy or a child, I wonder. A pretty one, a very pretty one. Sure, some scape, though I am not bookish, yet I can read waiting gentlemen escape. This has been some stair work, some trunk work, some behind door work. They were warmer if they got this than the poor thing is here. I'll take it up, for pity. Yet I'll tarry till my son come. He hallooed but even now. What, art so near? If thou see a thing to talk on when thou art dead and rotten, come hither. What ailest thou, man?
Oh, I have seen two such sights, by sea and by land. I'm not to say it is a sea now, for it is the sky, betwixt the firmament and it. You cannot thrust me, Bodkin's point.
Why, boy, how is it?
Oh, I would you did but see how it shapes, how it rages, how it takes up the shore. But that's not the point. Oh, the most piteous cry of the poor souls. And sometimes to see 'em and not to see 'em. Now the ship boring the moon with her mainmast, and anon swallowed with yeast and froth, as you'll thrust a cork into a hogshead. As for the land service, to see how the bear tore out his shoulder bone, and how he cried to me for help. It said his name was Antigonus, a nobleman. But to make an end of the ship, to see how the sea flap-dragged it, and to hear how the poor souls roared, and how the sea mocks them, and how the poor gentleman roared, and the bear mocked them, both roaring louder than the sea. Or was it?
In the name of mercy, when was this, boy?
Now! I have not winked since I've seen these sights. The men are not yet cold under the water, nor the bear hath dined on the gentleman. He's at it now.
Would I had been by to have helped the old man.
Had you been by to have helped her, there your charity would have lacked footing.
Heavy matters. But look thee here, boy. Now bless thyself. Thou manest with things dying, I with things newborn. Here's a sight for thee. Look thee. A bearing cloth for a squire's child. Look thee here. Take up. Open. What's within? It was told me I should be rich by the fairies.
You're a made old man if the sins of your youth are forgiven you. You're well to live. Gold, all gold.
This is fairy gold, boy, and 'twill prove so. Up with it. Keep it close. Home, the next way. We are lucky, boy, and to be so still requires nothing but secrecy. Let my sheep go. Come, good boy, the next way home.
Go you the next way with your findings, old man. I shall go see if the bear be gone from the gentleman, and how much he hath eaten. They're never cursed but when they are hungry. If there be anything left, I'll bury it.
This is a good deed. If thou mayest discern by that which is left of him what he is, fetch me to the sight of him.
Marry will I, and you shall help to put him in the ground.
'Tis a lucky day, boy, and we'll do good deeds on it.
We will now be taking a 10-minute intermission.
Now, take upon me, in the name of time, to use my wings. Impute it not a crime to me or my swift passage, that I may slide o'er 16 years, and leave the growth untried. Of that wide gap, since it is in my power to o'erthrow law, and in one self-born hour to plant and o'erwhelm custom, so shall I do to the freshest things reigning, and make stale. As you had slept between Leontes leaving, the effects of his fond jealousy so grieving that he shuts himself up. Imagine me, gentle spectators, that I may now be in fair Bohemia. And remember well that I mentioned the son of the kings, which Florizel, I now name to you, with speed so pace to speak to Perdita, now grown with grace and with equal wonder. What of her ensues? I list not prophecy, but let time's news be known when 'tis brought forth, a shepherd's daughter. And what to her adheres is the argument of time.
Pray thee, Camilla, be no more importunate. 'Tis a sickness to deny thee anything, a death to grant this.
It is 16 years since I last saw my country. Though I've been heir abroad for the most part, I desire to lay my bones there. Besides, the penitent king, my master, hath sent for me, whose feeling sorrow I may be some aid for. Or I o'erween to think so, which is another spur to my departure.
As thou lovest me, Camilla, wipe not out the rest of thy services by leaving me now. The need I have of thee thine own goodness hath made. And of that fatal country, Sicilia, prithee, speak no more, whose very naming punishes me with remembrances of that penitent, as thou art reconciled king, my brother, who even now the loss of his precious queen and prince of me fresh lamenting. Say to me, hast thou seen my son Florizel? A king is no less unhappy, his issue not being gracious, than he is in losing those that approve his virtues.
It is 3 days since I last saw the prince. What his happier fare may be is to me unknown, but I have missingly noted he is of late much retired from court, and less frequent to his princely duties than he hath appeared.
As have I, and with some care that I have eyes under my service which look upon his removedness, from whom I have this intelligence that he is most seldom at the house of the most homely shepherd, a man that they say from very nothing, and beyond the wildest expectations of his neighbors, has grown into quite the state.
I have heard, sir, such a man who hath the daughter of the most fair court. What's reported extended beyond her can not be thought to have started from such a cottage.
That is likewise part of my intelligence. Thou shalt accompany me to the place of the shepherd, where we will not be appearing as we are, have some questions for the man, whom from his simplicity I think it not easy to gauge the cause of our son's resort thither. Camilla, be my best upon this business, and wipe out all thoughts of Cecilia.
I willingly obey your command.
My best Camilla, we must disguise.
And daffodils begin to peer with high the doxy o'er the dale. Why then comes in the sweet of the year, the red blood rings and the winter's pale. The white sheep blanching on the hedge, with high the songbirds, oh how they sing. Doth set my plugging tooth on edge, for a quart of ale is a dish for the king. The lark, the tear, a lyre chants with high, the thrush and the jay are summer songs for me and my aunts, while we lie tumbling in the hay. I have served Prince Florizel, and in my time wore 3 pile, but now I am out of service. But shall I go mourn for that, my dear? The pale moon shines by night, and when I wander here or there, I then do go most right. If tinkers may have leave to live and bear the soft-skin budget, then my account I may well give, and in the stocks avouch it. My traffic is sheets. When the kite builds, look to lesser linen. My father named me Artilicus, who, being as I am, leader into Mercury, was likewise the snapper up of unconsidered trifles. With dying drab I purchase this comparison, and my revenue is the silly cheat. Gallows and knock are too powerful on the highway. Beating and hanging are terrors to me. For the life to come, I sit with the thought of it. Ah, a prize, a prize!
Let me see. Every 11 weather tods, every tod yields pound and odd shilling, 1,500 shorn. What comes the wool to?
If the spring's full, the cock's mine.
Oh, I cannot do without counters. Let me see. What am I to buy for a sheep-shearing feast? My father hath made my sister mistress of the feast, and she lays it on. She hath made me 24 nosegays for the shepherds, 3 man's song all, and all of them very good ones. But most of them are means and bases. But one Puritan amongst them sings songs to hornpipes. I must have saffron to clothe the wharton pies, maces, dates. I cannot do it without counters. Nutmeg 7, a race or 2 of ginger, and as many raisins of the sun.
All that I was ever born!
By the name of me!
Oh, help me! Look up these rags, and they're dead! Dead!
Alas, poor soul, thou hast need more rags to lay on thee rather than have these off.
Oh, sir, the loathsomeness of them offends me, more than the stripes I have received, which are mighty ones, and millions.
Oh, indeed, a million beating may come to a greater matter. What manner of fellow was that he robbed you? A horseman or a footman?
A footman, sweet sir, a footman.
Oh, indeed, he should be a footman by the garments he has left with thee. If this be a horseman's coat, it hath seen very hot service. Come, lend me thy hands. I'll help thee up. Come on.
Oh, softly, good sir, oh, softly.
Well, alas, poor soul.
Oh, softly, good sir, softly. I fear my shoulder blade is out.
How now? That can't stand?
Yes, good sir, good sir. Now, done me a charitable office.
Well, dost thee lack money? I have a little money for
No, good sir, no. I beseech thee. I have a kinsman not half a mile and a quarter hence, unto whom I was going. I shall there have money or anything that I offer. I pray thee, give me no money. That thing kills my heart.
Do you have any more to say about the manner of fellow that robbed you?
He was a fellow, sir. I should know about to go with Trolladays. I know not for which of his virtues it was, but he was certainly whipped out of the court.
His vices, you would say. There's no virtue whipped out of the court. They were cherished to make it stay there. Yet it will no more but abide.
Vices, I should say, sir. I knew this man well. He hath since been an egg-bearer, a prize server, and then a bailiff. Then he accomplished the motion of the prodigal son and married a tinker's wife not too far from where my land and living lies, and having flown over many knavish professions, settled only in rogue. Some call him Artilicus.
Out upon him! Prig for my life, prig! He hunts wakes, bears, and bear baitings.
He, sir, yes, he, sir. That's the rogue that put me in this apparel.
Not a more cowardly rogue in all of Bohemia. If you had but looked big and spit at him, he would have run.
I must confess to you, sir, I am no fighter. I am false of heart in that way, and that he knew I warned him.
Well, how do you know?
Much better than I was, sir. I can stand and walk. I shall even take my leave of you and pace softly towards my kinsman's.
Well, shall I bring thee on the way?
No, good sir, no, sweet-faced sir.
Then I'll bid thee farewell. I must go buy spices for our sheep shearing.
Farewell, sweet sir. Your purse is not hot enough to purchase your spice. But I'll be with you at your sheep shearing too, so that may I not by this sheep bring but another, and the shearers prove sheep themselves, let me be unrolled and my name put in the book of virtue. Jog on the footpath way, and merrily hent the stile. A merry heart goes all the day, your satire's a mile.
to chide at your extremes and not becomes of me. Oh, pardon that I named them, your high self, the gracious mark of the land, obscured with swains wearing and me, poor lowly maid, most goddess-like ranked up, but then all our feasts and every mess have folly in the theaters digested with custom. I should blush to see you attired, sworn I think to show myself a glass.
I bless the time when my good falconator flight across thy father's ground.
Now Jove afford you cause. For me the difference forges dread. Your kind hath not been used to fear. Even now I tremble to think your father by some accident should pass by this way as you did. Oh, how would he look to see his work so noble vilely bound up? What would he say? Or how should I in these borrowed plots behold the sternness of his presence?
Apprehend nothing but jollity. The gods themselves, humbling their deities to love and taking the shapes of beasts upon them. Jupiter became a bull and bellowed. The great Neptune a ram and bleated. And the fire-robed god, golden Apollo, a poor humble swain as I see now. Their transformations were never for a piece of beauty rare, nor in a way so chaste, since my desires run not before my honor, nor my lust burn hotter than my faith.
Oh, but sir, your resolution cannot hold when 'tis opposed by the power of a king. One of these two must be necessities, which then will speak. That you this purpose, or I my life.
Thou dearest Perdita, with these forced thoughts I prithee darken not the mirth of the feast, or I'll be thine, my fair, or not my father's, for I cannot be mine own, nor anything to any, if I be not thine. To this I am most constant, though destiny says no. Be merry, gentle, strangle such thoughts as these with anything you behold while. Your guests are coming. Lift up your countenance, as it were the day of celebration of that nuptial which we two have sworn shall come.
Oh, Lady Fortune, stand your auspicious.
See, your guests approach. Address yourself to entertain them sprightly. Let's be bred with mirth.
5, daughter. When my old wife lived, upon this day she was both pentler, butler, cook, both dame and servant, welcomed all, served all. Would sing her song and dance her turn, now here at upper end of the table, now in the middle, on his shoulder and his. She would to each one sit. You are retired, as if you were a feasted one, and not the hostess of the meeting. Pray you, bid these unknown friends to us welcome, as it is a way to make us better known, more friends, more known, better friends. Come, quench your blushes and present yourself, that which you are, mistress of your feast. Come on, and bid us welcome to your sheep shearing, as a good flock shall prosper.
Sirs, welcome. It is my father's will that I shall take on the hostship of the day. Sir, welcome. Dorcas, give me those flowers there. For you, reverend sirs, there's rue and rosemary. These keep seeding and savor all winter long.
Fair maiden, you honor us with flowers of winter that well fit our ages.
Sir, the year's growing ancient, not yet on the death of summer, nor the trembling birth of spring. The finest flowers of the season are our carnations and our street gillibars, which some call nature's bastards. Of that kind our rustic gardens bearing. I care not to get slips of them.
Wherefore, gentle maiden? Do you neglect them?
For I have heard it is said there is an art in which their pioneer shares a great creating nature.
Say there be. But nature is made by no mean but the mean that nature makes. The art which you say adds to nature is the art that nature creates. You see, sweet maid, we marry a gentler child to the wildest stalk, and by bud of nobler race conceive something of baser bark of kind. Of much rather mending nature, but changing it rather. The art itself being nature.
So it is!
So make your gardens rich with gillivores. Do not call them bastards.
I'll not put the devil in the earth, no more than were I painted. I wish this youth should say, farewell, and only therefore desire to break by me. Here's flowers for you, sir. Hot mints, lavender, marijuana, the marigold that goes to bed with the sun, and with him rises weeping. These are flowers of middle summer, and they are given to men of middle ages, I think. You're very welcome.
I should leave grazing, where I have your flock and only live by gazing.
Out at last. You would be so lean that the blast of January would blow you through and through. Now, my fairest friend, if only I had some flowers of the season that might be fly and play on, not like a corpse. Or so not to be buried. Be quick, come, take your flowers. Methinks I play as I've seen them in white some pastorals. Sure, this robe in mine does change my disposition.
What you do still betters what is done. When you speak sweet, I'll have you do it ever. When you sing, I'll have you buy and sell so. So give alms, pray so, and for the ordinary affairs, to sing them too. When you dance, I wish you a wave of the sea, that you might ever do nothing but that. Move still, still so, and own no other function. Each are doing so singular, each particular. Crown what you're doing the present deed, that all your acts are wings.
Sir, your praises are too large, but that your youth and your fair blood, which do keep it thoroughly, give you an unstained shepherd. With wisdom, my Doricles, I fear you rule me the false way.
I think you have as little skill to fear as I have purpose when you do it. But come, our dance, I pray, your hand, my Perdita, so turtles pair that never make apart.
I'll swear for them.
This is the prettiest lass that has ever ran on the green sward. Nothing she does or sees but smacks of something greater than herself. Much too noble for this place.
He says something that makes her blood look out. She's the queen of curds and cream.
Why? Strike up.
Lassa must be our mistress, Marigold, to my kissing with. Now in good time.
Not a word, a word. We stand upon our manners. Come on, strike up.
Fair shepherd, what swain dances with your daughter?
They call him Doricles, and boasts himself to have a worthy feeding. But I have it upon his own report, and I believe it. He looks like soup. He says he loves my daughter, and I think so too. For never gaze the moon upon the water, as he'll stand and look as for my daughter's eyes. And to be fair, I think there's not half a kiss to choose who loves another best.
She dances featly.
So she does anything, though I report it touches his son. If young Doricles do let upon her, she shall bring him that which not favor.
Oh, master, if you did not hear the peddler at the door, you will never dance again after he is before the fire. No, big five comes up with you. He sings several tunes faster than you'll tell money. He honors him as he acts in matters, and all men's ears go to his tunes.
He should never come better. He should come in. I love ballad, but even too well, whether it be a doleful matter set down merrily or a pleasant thing indeed, and some lamentably.
Yet songs for men and women of all sizes, no one ends with fit and customers voice. He has the prettiest love songs in the house, where some stretch match or rustle, or, as it were, the initial finger could fall back into the matter. He makes them mad and they begin to do it. Whoop, doing no underwear, to push them off to some study. Whoop, doing no underwear.
This is a brave fellow.
Oh, believe me, thou talkest of an admiral, conceited fellow. Has he any unbraided wares?
Yeah, rivers of all the college in the Bible, wins more than all the large symbols to be. The living handle, even though they come to family, big, growth, equal, carrot, cambrics, blonde. What he sees them all as they were gods or goddesses. He so shines the slave and the square and the work about the square.
And he should never come better. Prithee, bring him in, and let him approach singing.
Forewarn him, brother, that he use no scurriest words.
You have of these peddlers that have more in them than you think, dear sister.
I, brother, go about to think.
On his mind is driven snow, the sack was black, his hair was curled, low and sweet, as that rose his master's face, as bands for noses, bugle bracelets, necklace, amber, perfume for the ladies' chamber, golden coins and stomachers for my lads to give their views. Pins and poking sticks of steel, what mates lack from head to heel. Come buy of me, come buy, lads, else your lasses cry. Come buy.
If I were not in love with Mopsa, thou shouldst take no money of me. But, being as enthralled as I am, it should be the certain bondage of ribbons and gloves.
I was promised them against the peace, but they come not too late now. They promised me more than that, for they're liars.
Is there no manners left among maids? Will they wear their plackets where they should bear their faces? Is there not milking time or kiln roll when going to bed to whistle off these secrets? But instead you must be tittle-tattling before all of our guests?
I have done. Come, you promised me a turbulence of her sweet gloves.
Have I not told thee that I was cozened by the way and lost all my money?
And indeed, sir, there are cozeners abroad, therefore behoves men to be wary.
Worry not thou, man. Thou shouldst lose no money here.
I should hope so, for I have about me many parcels of charge.
What hast here? Ballads?
Oh, pray now, by some love ballad and crystal light, for them we are sure that they are true.
Here's one to a very doleful tune. How a usurer's wife was brought to bed at a burthen, and how she lived Leontes Abbacedes and closed Carbonodue.
Is it true, think you?
Very true, and but a month old. Here's the midwife's name to it.
Oh, bless me for marrying you, sir.
One mistress, tail porter, and 5 or 6 honest lads that were present. Why should I carry lies abroad?
Oh, pray now, by some.
Would lay by to another.
Here's one of a fish. It was thought she was a woman and was turned into a cold fish, for she would not exchange flesh with the one that loved her. Very pitiful, and as true. Here's 5 justices' hands added, and more witnesses than my pack will hold.
We'll have these things out anon by ourselves. My father and the gentlemen are in sad talk, and will not trouble them. Peddler, let's have the first choice. Come, witches, I'll buy 3 bowls. Bring the pack away after me. Come on, follow me, girls.
And ye shall pay well for it. Will ye buy any tape or lace for your cape, my dainty duck, my dear? Any silk, any thread, any toys for your head, of the newest and finest wear. Come to the peddler, money's a meddler, that better all men's wear.
Away, will none on it. There's been too much homely foolery already. I know, sir, we weary you.
No, sir, you refresh us. Come, let us have music. Is it not too late? You're simple and tells much. 'Tis time to part from her. How now, fair shepherd? Your heart is full of something that takes your mind from feasting.
Old sir, I know she prizes such trifles as these are. The gifts you wish for me are packed and locked up in my heart, which I've given already but not delivered. Oh, hear me breathe my life before this ancient sir, who it should seem has sometime loved. I take thy hand, this hand as soft as dove's down and as white as it, or Ethiopians too, or fans know that forth by the northern blast twice o'er.
But, my daughter, say the like to him?
I cannot speak so well, nothing so well, but by the pattern of my own thoughts I cut up the purity of his.
Take hands, a bargain. and friends unknown, he shall bear witness to it. I give my daughter to him, and will make her portion equal his. Come, your hand, and daughter yours.
Soft swain, what, beseech you, dost thou have a father?
I have, but what's of him?
Does he know of this?
He neither does nor shall.
Let him know it.
He shall not.
Prithee, let him.
No, he must not.
Let him, my son. Shall not need to grieve at knowing of thy choice.
Come, he must not. Mark our contract.
Mark your divorce, young sir. Whom son I dare not call. Thou art too base to be acknowledged. Thou art a scepter's heir that thus affects a sheep-hook. Thou traitor, I'm sorry that by hanging thee, I can but shorten thy life 1 week. And thou piece of fresh, excellent witchcraft, who of force must know the royal fool thou copest with.
Oh, my heart!
I'll have thy beauty scratched with briars and made more homely than thy state. For thee, fond boy, if I may ever know thou dost but sigh, then I mean thou shalt never see this neck. As I mean thou shalt never will bar thee from succession. None of our blood, not our king, far to carry enough. Mark thou my words. Follow us to the court. Churl, though full of our displeasure, we free thee from the dead blow of it. And you, enchantment, worthy enough a herdsman, him too, but for our honor therein, unworthy thee. If ever henceforth thou rural latches to his entrance open, or hoop his body with thy embrace, I'll devise a death as cruel for thee as thou art tender to it.
Even here undone, I was not so much afeard for once or twice. I was about to say that the self-same sun that shines upon his court hides on his facade from our cottage, but looks unawake. Won't you please, sir, be gone?
How now, father? Speak ere thou diest.
I cannot speak, nor think, nor dare to know of that which I know. O sir, you have undone men of 83 that would have thought to fill his grave in quiet, yea, to die in the bed my father died, to lie close by his honest bones. But now, some hangman must put on my shroud and lay me, where no priest shovels in dust. O cursed wretch! The knewest this was the prince, and would adventure to mingle faith with him. Undone, undone. If I might die within this hour, I have lived to die when I desire.
Why you look so upon me?
My gracious lord, I am sure you know of your father's temper. At this time you will allow no speech, which I guess you do not propose to him. Neither will he bear your sight. So I fear until the theory of his highness is settled, do not come before him.
I not purpose it, I think. Camilla?
Even he, my lord?
How often have I said it would be thus? How often I said my dignity would last till it were known?
For my succession, wife me father, I'm heir to my affection.
Be advised.
I am in by my fancy. If my reason will thereto be obedience, I have reason. If not, my sense is better pleased with madness, do bid it welcome.
This is desperate, sir.
So call it! But it does fulfill my vow. I needs must think in honesty. Camilla, not for Bohemia, nor the pot that may be there and clean. For all the sun sees, or the close earth wounds, or the profound sea hides in unknown fathoms, will I break my oath to this, my fair beloved. Therefore I pray you, as you have ever been my father's honored friend, when he shall miss me, as in good faith I mean not to see him anymore. Cast your good counsels upon his passion. Let myself and fortune talk for the time to come. This you may know and so deliver. I am put to sea.
Oh, my lord, I would your spirit easier for advice, or stronger for your need.
Heart for deal. I'll hear you by and by.
He's irremovable, resolved for flight. Now were I happy, his going could serve my purpose. Save him from danger, bring him love and honor. Purchase the sight again of dear Cecilia, and that unhappy king, my master, whom I so much thirst to see.
Now, good Camilla, I am so fraught with curious business that I leave out ceremony.
Sir, I'm sure you heard of the poor services I have for your father.
Very nobly have you deserved it. It is my father's music to speak your deeds, not little of his care to have the recompenses thought on.
Well, then, if you please to think I love your father, and therefore everything dearest to him, embrace but my direction. Enjoy your mistress, from whom I see there no disjunction to be made, but by as heaven defends your ruin, marry her. And, in my best endeavors in your absence, your striving father bring up to liking, and even to qualify. Have you thought on the place where to go?
Not any yet, but as the unthought on accident is guilty to what we quietly do, so we profess ourselves to be slaves of chance and flies on every wind that blows.
Then listen to me. This goes if you do not change your purpose, but undergo this flight. Make for Cecilia, and present yourself and your princess before the king. For I see she must be before Leontes. And as she becomes the partner of your bed, methinks I see the king opening his arms wide, and weakening his welcome forth. Ask thee, son, for forgiveness, hast for I the father taking your princess's hands and kissing them over and over, betwixt his unkindness and his kindness, which he chides to hell, and the other grows faster than powder time.
Worthy Camilla, what color for my visitation shall I hold it before him?
Sent by the king, your father, to bring him comfort and joy. With what from you shall deliver as your father. Things known betwixt us three, I write you down. They shall point you forth at every sitting what you must say, so the king cannot perceive, but that you have your father's bosom and speak his very heart.
What a fool honesty is, and trust his sworn brother, a very simple gentleman. I have sold all my trumpery, not a counterfeit to keep my pack from fasting, by which means I saw whose purse was best to picture, and to what I saw, to my good use, I remembered. My clown, who wants something but to be a reasonable man, grew so in love with the wench's song that he would not stir his petticoats till he had both tune and word, so that in this time of lethargy, I picked and cut most of their festival purses, and had not the old man come in with a woo-wop against his daughter and the king's son marriage, I would have not left a purse alive in the whole army.
Nay, but my letters, by being there so soon as you arrive, shall clear that doubt.
And those who procure for King Leontes
Shall satisfy your father.
Happy be you that all you speak shows fair.
Who have we here? We'll make an instrument of this, and that nothing may give us aid.
If they have overheard me now, why, hanging.
How now, good sir? Why shakest thou so? Fear not, man. Here no harm is intended to thee.
I am a poor fellow, man.
Why be so still? Here no one will steal that from thee. But on the outside of thy poverty, we must make an exchange. Therefore, discard these instantly, and change garments with this gentleman. Though the pennyworth on his side may be the worst, there's some boot.
I am a poor fellow, ma'am. I know him well enough.
Nay, prithee, dispatch. This gentleman is half flayed already.
Are you in earnest? I smell that you're gone.
dispatch, I presume.
Although I see you are in earnest, I cannot with good conscience take it.
Unbuckle! Unbuckle! Fortunate mistress, let my prophecy come home to you. Take your sweetheart's hat and pluck it over thy brows. Muffle your face. Dismantle you. As you can, disliken the truth of your being. As I made for your eyes over, to shipboard, get undescribed.
I see the play lies so that I must bear part.
No remedy. Have you done there?
Should I now meet my father, he would not call me son.
Nay, you shall have no hat. Come, lady, come. Farewell, my friend.
Adieu, madame.
Oh, Perdita, what twain we have forgot, pray you, a word.
What I do next shall be to tell the king of their escape, and whither they are dispatched, in hopes in his company to force him after, where I can purchase the sight of Cecilia again, which I have a longing to see.
Fortune speed us, lest we so long. Camilla, to seaside.
The quicker speed, the better.
I hear it. To have a good ear, a quick hand, and a nimble eye is necessary for a cutpurse. A good nose is requisite also to sniff out work for the other senses. I see this is the time when the unjust man doth thrive. What in this year where the gods connive at us, we may do anything extempore? The prince himself is a piece of iniquity, stealing away from his father with his clog at his heels. If I had a piece of honesty to acquaint the king withal, I would not do it. I hold it all the more knavery to conceal it, and therein am constant to my profession. Aye, here's one matter for a hot brain. Every lane its end, every church session hanging, yields a careful man work.
Cece, what a man you are now. You have no choice but to say that she is a changeling, and none of your flesh and blood.
Nay, but hear me.
Nay, but hear me.
Go to then.
She, being none of your flesh and blood, your flesh and blood has not offended the king. So your flesh and blood is not to be punished by him. Show those things, those secret things, all but what she has on her, and let the law go whistle, I warrant you.
I will tell the king all, every word, yea, and his son's pranks too, who I may say is no honest man, neither to his father nor to me, to go about to make me the king's brother-in-law.
Indeed, brother-in-law was the farthest off thing he could have been to you, if your blood had been to dear by I know how much an ounce.
Very wisely, puppies.
Come, let us to the king. There's that in this furrow will make him scratch his beard.
I know not what impediment this may be to the flight of my master.
Pray he be at the palace.
Though I am not naturally honest, I am sometimes so by chance. Let me pocket up my peddler's excrement. How now, rustics? Whither are you bound?
To the palace, and it like your worship.
Your affairs there, upward having, breeding, and any other thing that is fit to be known, discover.
We are but plain fellows, sir.
A lie! You are rough and hairy. Let me have no lying, for it becomes none but tradesmen. And they often give us soldiers the lie, but we pay for them with stamped steel, not stabbing coin. Therefore, they do not give us the lie.
If your manner had like to have given us one, sir, had you taken yourself with the matter.
Are you a courtier, and it like you, sir?
Whether it like me or no, I am a courtier. Seest thou not the air of the court in these enfoldings? Hath not my gait in it the measure of the court? Receivest not thy nose court odor from me? Thinkest thou that I insinuate or tow as from thee thy business, I am therefore no courtier? I am a courtier cap-a-pay, and one that will either push on or pluck back thy business there, whereupon I command thee to open thy affair.
My business, sir, is by the king.
What advocate hast thou to him?
I know not, and like you.
Advocate's the court word for a pheasant, father. Say you have none.
None. I have no pheasant, cock, nor hen.
Blessed are we that are not simple men. Yet nature may have made me a Zizar, so I will not disdain.
This cannot be but a great courtier.
His garments are rich, but he wears them not handsomely.
Indeed, he seems more noble in being fantastical. A great man, I'll warrant. I can't tell by the pickings on his teeth.
The fardel there. What's in the fardel? Wherefore that box?
There are such things in this fardel and box that none must know but the king, and which he shall know within this hour, if I may come to the speech of him.
Age, thou hast lost thy labor.
Why, sir?
The king is not at the palace. He's gone aboard a new ship to air himself and purge melancholy. For if thou beest capable of things serious, thou should know the king is full of grief.
So 'tis said, sir, about his son, who should have married a shepherd's daughter.
If that shepherd be not in hand, pass, let him fly. The curses he shall have, the tortures he shall feel, will break the back of man, the heart of monster.
Well, think you so, sir?
Not only he shall bear what whip can make heavy and vengeance bitter, but those that are germane to him, though removed 50 times, shall all come under the hangman. A sheep-whistling rogue who ran tender to offer to have his daughter come to grace. Some say he shall be stoned, but that death is too easy for him to say I draw a thorn into the sheepcoat. All deaths too easy, the sharpest too few.
Well, has the old man a son, sir? And do you hear? And it like you, sir?
He has a son who shall be flayed alive. Then, anointed over with honey, set at the head of a wasp's nest. Then, recovered again with aquavitae after he be 3/4 in a dram dead. Then, in the hottest day procrastination proclaims, shall be set against a brick wall, the southward sun looking with an eye upon him, where he is to behold him with flies blown to death. But what we talk of these traitorly rascals, whose misery generally smiled at their offenses being so capital. Tell me, for you seem to be honest, plain men, what have you to the king? Be it something gently considered, I'll tender to him your persons, whisper on your behalf in his ear. If there be a man besides the king to affect you withal, here is a man shall do it.
We seems to be of great authority. Close with him, give him gold. And though authority is a stubborn bear, it is oft led by the nose with gold. And show the inside of your purse to the outside of his hand. And no more ado. Remember, stoned and flayed alive.
And it please you, sir, to undertake this business for. Here is that gold I have. I'll make it as much more, and leave this young man in pawn till I bring it to you.
After I've done what I promised?
Aye, sir.
Well, give me the money. Are you party in this business?
Well, in some sort, sir. But though my case may be a pitiful one, I hope I shall not be played out of it.
Ah, that's the case for the shepherd's son. Let him hang. He'll be made an example.
Oh, comfort, good comfort. We must show the strange sights that we have found to the king, that he must know that it is none of your daughter nor my sister. Sir, I'll give you as much as this old man does when the business is performed, and remain, as he says, your pawn till it be brought you.
I will trust you. Go on the right hand, but about the seaside. I will but look upon the hedge and follow you.
We are but blessed in this man. May I say, even blessed.
Let's before as he bids us. He was provided to do us good.
If I had a mind to be honest, I see fortune would not suffer me. She drops booties in my mouth. I am now courted with a double occasion. Gold and a means to do my master the prince good, which who knows how that will turn back to my advancement. I will bring these two moles, these blind ones, aboard him. And if the complaint they have to the king concerns him nothing, let him call me a rogue for being so far officious. For I am proof against that title and what else shame belongs to it. There may be some matter in it.
Performed a saint-like sorrow. No fault could you make which you have not redeemed. Indeed, pay down more peddlings than done trespass. Alas, do as the heavens have done. Forget your evil. Then forgive yourself.
Well, till I remember her and her virtues, I cannot forget my blemishes in them, which was so great that airless it hath made my kingdom, and destroyed the sweetest companion that man had bred his hopes out of.
True, my lord. If one by one you wedded all the world, and from that took something good to make the perfect woman, she you killed would be unparalleled.
Think so. Killed. She I killed. Thou strikest me sorely to say that I did. It is as bitter upon thy tongue as in my thought. Now good now, say so but seldom.
Not at all, good lady. You may have spoken 1,000 things that would have done the time more benefit and graced your kindness better.
You are one of those that would have him wed again?
If you would not so, you pity not the state, nor the remembrance of his most sovereign name. Consider little what dangers by his highness's fail of issue may drop upon his kingdom and devour in certain lookers on. What were more holy than to for royalties repair? What were more holier than for to bless everything with the bed of majesty?
There is none more worthy respecting her that's God. Besides, the gods would have fulfilled their secret purposes. For did not the great Apollo say, was it not a tenor of his oracle, that King Leontes shall not have an heir until his lost child be found? And that it shall, as monstrous as my antagonist to break from his grave and come to me again. For in my life he did perish with the innocent. You would have him be contrary to the heavens and oppose their wills?
Oh, Paulina, who has the memory for mine, I know. In honor, all that I had squared me to thy counsel. Then, even now, I might have looked on my queen's full eyes, taken treasure from her lips.
Left them more rich from what they yielded.
Thou speakest true. Even so, I have no wife, Paulina.
You swear never to marry, but by my free leave.
Never, Paulina. So blessed be my spirit.
Then behold, my lords, bear witness to his oath.
You tempt him over much.
Unless another, as like Hermione in her picture, a friend to his eye.
Oh, well, good madam.
I have done, yet if my lord will marry, no remedy, but you will, give me the office to choose your queen. She may not be so young as was your former, but she shall be such as walked your first queen's ghost. Should take joy to see her in your arms.
My true Paulina, we shall not marry till thou bidst us.
That will not be until your first queen's again in breath. Never till then.
One that gives out himself Prince Florizel, son of Polixenes, with his princess, she the fairest I've yet beheld, desire access to your high presence.
What with him? He comes not like to his father's greatness. His approach so out of circumstance and sudden. Tells us 'tis not a visitation framed, but forced by need and accident. What train?
But you, and those but me.
His princess, say you, with him.
Aye, she the most peerless piece of earth, I think, that e'er the sun shone bright on.
O Hermione, if ever time doth boast itself, thy grave give way to what seen now. You, sir, have writ so, but your writing becomes colder than that theme. For once your verse flew love with her beauty, 'tis truly ebb to say you have seen a better.
Pardon, madam. One I had almost forgot, your pardon. The other, when she has obtained your eye, will have your tongue too. For this is a creature which you begin a sect, might quench the zeal of all professors else, and proselyte the whom she but did follow.
How? Not women?
Women will love her, for she is a woman more worth than any man. Men, that she is the rarest of all women.
Go, Cleomenes. Your self-assisted and your non-friends, bring them to our embracement. Still, 'tis strange he thus should steal.
If our prince had been alive in this hour, he would have paired well with the lord, for there was not more a month between their births.
Prithee, no more. Cease, thou knowest he dies of me. They are come. Were I but 21, your father's image is so hidden me. It's very air that I should call you brother as I did him. Most dearly welcome. And your princess, goddess. Alas, I lost a couple that twixt heaven and earth stood begetting such wonders as you gracious couple do. And then I lost all mine own folly. The society and me too of your brave father, whom, though very misery, I desire my life once more look on.
By his command have I heard such Cecilia, and from him give you all the greetings that a king hath friend and sent his mother, and confirms he which waits upon Lord times has something seized his wish fulfilled. He had himself lands and waters, twixt your throne and his, measurable look upon you. Whom he loves, he bade me say so, more than all the scepters and those that bear them living.
Oh, my brother. Good gentlemen, the wrongs I've done thee stir afresh within me. Oh, that I had come to thee.
Beseech you, good sir, what of the adventure of her person?
My good lord, she came from Libya.
Where the warlike smallest, that noble honored lord is feared and loved?
Most royal sir, from thence from him, whose daughter his tears proclaimed his, parting with her thence of prosperous south friendly wind, we have crossed to execute the charge my father gave me for visiting your royal highness. My best ships from your Sicilian shores dismissed for Bohemia bend, to signify not only my success in Libya, sir, but my arrival and my wife's in safety here where we are.
You, Holy Father, against whose person I've done sin. Oh, well enjoy her.
Most noble sir, that which I shall forbear no credit not prove so nigh. Please you, great sir. That Bohemia greets himself from you by me, desires you to attach his son who has dignity and duty both cast off, but from his father, from his hopes, and with the shepherd's daughter.
Where is Bohemia? Speak.
Here in New City, I now came from him. I speak amazedly, and because of a marvelous message to your court, while he was hastening in the chase, it seemed to this fair couple, he meets here on the way the father of the seeming lady and her brother, both having their country cleared with his young prince.
Camilla has betrayed me, whose honor and whose honesty till now endured all weathers.
Laid sore charge. She's with the king your father.
Who? Camilla?
Camilla, sir, I now speak with her. She has his morning question. Never saw you just so quick. They kneel, they kiss the earth, forsake themselves as they speak. Bohemia stops his ears and threatens them with driver's deaths and death.
Oh, my poor father! The heavens set spies upon us and will not have our contract celebrated.
You are married?
We are not, sir, nor are we like to be. The stars, I see, will kiss the valleys first. The odds for highs and lows alike.
My lord, is this the daughter of a king?
She is, once she is my wife.
That once, I fear by your father's good light, will come on very slowly. I'm sorry, most sorry you've broken from his liking where you were tied to duty. As sorry you could not well enjoy her.
Dear, look up. The fortune, visible and enemy, should chase us with my father. However, no drop pass to you to change our loves. Beseech you, sir, remember since you owed no more to time than I do now. With God of such affections, step forth mine advocate. At your request, my father will grant precious things as trifles.
Would he do so, I would beg you, precious mistress, would you counsel a trifle?
Good my liege, for months before your queen died, she was more worth such gazes than what you look on now.
I thought of her in all sorts of men, but your petition is yet unanswered. I will to your father. I am a friend to them and yours. Therefore, follow me and mark what way I make. Come, my good lord.
Pray tell, were you present at this relation?
Yeah, I heard your gentleman say he found the child. Here is a fellow gentleman, and nothing else more. The news, Roger?
Nothing but bonfires. Its oracle is fulfilled, the king's daughter is found. Such a deal of wonder is broken out within this hour that ballad makers cannot be able to express it. Here comes the lady calling the steward. He can deliver me more. Has the king found it there?
Most true, if ever truth were pregnant by circumstance. That which you hear, you'll swear you see. There's such unity in the proofs. The mantle of Queen Hermione's, her jewel about the neck of it. The letters of Antigonus found with it, which they know to be his character. The majesty of the creature, resemblance of the mother. The affection of nobleness, which nature shows about her breeding. And many other evidences proclaim her with all certainty to be the king's daughter. Did you see the meeting of the two kings?
No.
Then have you lost the sight, which was to be seen, not spoken of. There might you have beheld one joy crown another. That it seemed sorrow wept to take leave of them, for their joy waded in tears. Our king, ready to leap out of himself for joy of his found daughter. As if that joy had become a loss, cries, "Oh, thy mother," and asks Bohemian forgiveness. Then embraces his son-in-law. Then worries again he his daughter with clipping her. Now he thanks the old shepherd, who stands by like a weather-bitten conduit of many kings' reign.
What, pray you, became of Antigonus that carried hence the child?
He was torn to pieces with a bear. Sebastian, the shepherd's son, who has not only his innocence, which sees much to justify him, but a handkerchief and many rings of his which Paulina knows.
He has broken his followers.
Wrapped the same instant of their master's death and in the view of the shepherd, so that it seemed all the instruments which aided to expose the child were even then lost when it was found. of the queen's death, with the manner how she came to it, bravely confessed and lamented by the king, how affection wounded his daughter. Till, from one sign of dolour to another, she did with an alas, I fain say bleed tears, for I am sure my heart wept blood. Who was most marble there, changed color. If the whole world could have been there, their woe had been universal.
Brother returned to report?
No, hearing of her mother's statue, which is in the keeping of Paulina.
I thought she had some great deal there, for she has twice or thrice a day, ever since the death of Hermione, visited that removed house. Shall we thither and with our company cease the rejoicing?
Though we thence have bad free access, every wink of an eye seem to grace to be born. Our absence makes us unfit to our knowledge. Let's alone.
Now, had I not the dash of my former life in me, would prefer to drop on my head. I brought the shepherd and his son aboard the prince, told him I heard talk of a fardale, but I know not what. But the prince at that time, being overfond of the shepherd's daughter, or so he then took her to be, who began to be much seasick and himself a little better, extremity whether continuing this mystery remained undiscovered to him. But 'tis all one to me, for had I been the finder out of the secret, it would not have relished among my other discredits. Ah, here come those I have done good to against my will, and already appearing in the blossoms of their fortune.
Come, boy, I am past no children, but thy sons and daughters will be all gentlemen born.
You're well met, sir. Well, you denied to fight me this other day because I was no gentleman born. But see you these clothes? Say you still I am no gentleman born? You would like to say that I was best no gentleman born. But now, give me the lie, do, and try now whether I am not say gentleman born.
I know you are now, sir, a gentleman born.
I have been so many times these past 4 hours.
And so have I, boy.
Indeed, but I was a gentleman born before my father. You see, the king's son took me by the hand first and called me brother. And then the two kings called my father brother. And then the prince my brother and the princess my sister called my father father. And so we wept. And there were the first gentleman-like tears we were ever to shed.
May we live, son, to shed many more.
Aye, and being as preposterous a state as we were in.
I pray you, good sir, to pardon me all the faults I have committed to you, and to give my master the prince your good report.
Thou wilt amend thy life?
I, and in it your like good worship.
Give me thy hand. I will swear to the prince that thou art as honest a true fellow in any of Bohemia.
You may say it, but not swear it.
Not swear it now? I am a gentleman? Let boors and franklins say it. I'll swear it.
How if it be false, son?
Well, if it ne'er be so false, a true gentleman may swear it in behalf of his friend. I will swear that thou art as honest as any true fellow, and that thou wilt be a tall fellow of thy hands, and that thou wilt not be drunk. But I know that thou art not a tall fellow of thy hands, and that thou wilt be drunk. But I will swear to the prince, and would thou wouldst be a tall fellow of thy hands?
I will prove so, sir, to my power.
Oh, I by any means prove a tall fellow. Hark! The kings and princes are going to see the queen's picture. Come with us, or we'll be thy good masters. Come
Grave and good Paulina, comfort I've had of thee.
What sovereign sir, I did not well, I meant well. All my services you have paid home, but that you have vouched to say. These, your crown brothers and contracted heirs of your kingdom, my poor house to visit. It is a surplus of your grace that never my life may last to answer.
Oh, Paulina, we came to see the statue of our queen. Your gallery we would pass through, not without much content and many singularities, but we saw not that which my daughter came to look on, the statue of her mother.
As she lives peerless, so in her dead likeness, I do well believe excels whatever you look upon or hand of man hath done, yet I keep it, lonely, apart, but here it is. Prepare to see life as lively mocked as ever, still sleep mocked death. Behold, and say, 'tis well. I like your silence. It the more shows off your wonder, but speak you first, my liege. Comes it not something near?
Her natural posture. Chide me, dear stone, that I may say indeed thou art Hermione. Or rather, thou art she and thy not chiding, for she was as tender as infancy and grace. But yet, Paulina, Hermione was not so wrinkled, nothing so aged as this seems.
Oh, not by much.
It's much the more our carver's excellence that lets go by some 16 years and makes her as she lived now.
Now she might have done. Does not the stone rebuke me for being more stone than it? Of royal peace, there's magic in thy majesty. With them, the admiring daughter threw off their spirits, standing like stone with thee.
And give me leave, and do not say 'tis superstition that I kneel and implore her blessing. Dear Lady Queen, when ended but I began, give me that hand of yours that I may kiss.
Oh, patience, patience, the statue's but newly fixed. The color's not dry.
My lord, your sorrow too sore laid out, which 16 winters could not blow away. So many summers, scarce any joy that so no did live. No sorrow killed itself much sooner.
Dear best brother, let him who was the cause of such grief be the one to take it from you and up upon himself.
Indeed, my lord, if I would have known this thus far, would have wrought you, for the stone is mine. I would not have showed it.
Do not draw the curtain.
No longer shall you gaze on it, lest your fancy will think anon it moves.
Let be. Were I were dead already, methinks that, my lord, would you not deem it breathed? And that those veins severely bear blood?
Masterly done. The very lips seem warm upon the blood thereon.
The trick of her eye has motion in it, as we are mocked with art.
I'll draw the curtain. My lord is so far transported, he'll think anon it lives.
Oh, Paulina, make me to think so 20 years together. It would not match the pleasure of that madness. Let it alone.
I am sorry for it, but I could afflict you farther.
Do, Paulina. For thy affliction, sweet as any cordial comfort. Let no man mock me, for I will kiss her.
Forbear it, my lord. The ruddiness of your lip is wet. You'll mar it if you kiss it. Stain your own with oily painting. Shall I draw the curtain?
No, not these 20 years.
And could I stand by to look her on?
Quit presently the chapel, or resolve you for more amazement? I'll make the statue move indeed, descend and take you by thy hand, but then you'll think, which I protest against, I'm assisted by wicked powers.
What you can make her do, I'm content to look on. What to speak, I'm content to hear, for 'tis as easy to make her speak as move.
It is required that you do awake your faith. Then all stand still on. Those that think it is unlawful business I am about, let them depart.
Proceed. No foot shall stir.
Music, awake her, strike. 'Tis time, descend, be stone no more. I'll fill thy grave up. Stir, nay, come away, bequeath to death thy numbness. For from him dear life redeems you. You perceive, she stirs. Stir not your hearts, for my spell is lawful. Do not shun her until you see her die again, for then you kill her double. Nay, present your hand, my lord, for in youth you wooed her, but now in age has she become the suitor.
Oh, she's warm. If this be magic, let it be an art lawful as eating. She embraces him.
She hangs upon his neck. If she pertain to life, let her speak too.
Aye, and whatever this enchantment may be blessed, for it's robbed her from death.
She lives, and it should be hooted at like an old tale. Although she live, she speak not. Mark a little while. alternate kneel and pray your mother's blessing. Turn, good lady, our Perdita is found.
Oh, you gods, look down and from your sacred vials pour your graces upon my daughter's head. Tell me, mine own, where hast thou been preserved? Where live? How found thy father's court? For thou shalt know that I, hearing my Paulina, thou wast in being, have preserved myself to see the issue.
Let's from this place. Lady, this is your son-in-law, and son unto the king, who, heaven's directing, is troth plight to your daughter. Paulina, lead us from hence, that we may leisurely each one's demand that wide gap of time since we first discovered. Hastily, lead away!